Man, I believe it's already freaking week 4. Can you believe that? All right. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time with these things, right? But yeah, you already know what time it is. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my week 4 picks for the Stephen Rose and Max Sports tournaments. Feels like it's Tuesday. It feels like Tuesday gets here quicker and quicker as the season goes along. I mean, if you really think about it, I can understand how it gets here so quick because Tuesday and Wednesday are the only days we have without football. And that's only for a couple more weeks because in college ball, we got Tuesday Maction coming up real soon. You know, you get freaking Akron Zips football on Tuesday nights. Yeah, that's always fun, right? But for the time being, Tuesday and Wednesday is the only days without any football. Because on Thursday, football, Friday, sometimes football, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, football, football, football. Uh, which is, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, why am I only doing Guardians games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, really? Because there's no football. Yeah, it's time for my week 4 picks. I'm not going to waste a lot of time with these. But what I'm going to do is just like I did last week, and that is as I make my picks, I'm going to submit them into the description. And that's essentially me, putting it in writing. Because otherwise, I could easily change my picks, right? So, like, literally, there. I already put in my TNF thing ready for the pick. But yeah, this way, it's like I'm submitting it. Because otherwise, I could always change it. At least now I can't forget who I picked, right? Because it could get confusing if you just watch the video. So yeah, with that being said, let's dive right in. Actually, let me change my thing a little bit here. There we go. Oh, hang on. There we go. Gotta love when my green screen, because my camera's off to the side a little bit. All right. We are ready to go. So, starting us off, Thursday night football. We got ourselves another divisional matchup. This week it's the Seattle Seahawks and the Cardinals coming in at 2-1. You look at what happened last week. Yeah, let's just say the Seahawks took the Saints behind the shed and they didn't all yeller them. No, 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 no. That would have been too easy. No, 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 no. They took them behind the shed. They dragged them behind the shed. They went into said shed, grabbed a shovel, and proceeded to beat the freaking crap out of the Saints with the shovel over and over again. And then they just left them there all, just bloody and just looking like, yeah, you get the idea, right? They beat the crap out of them. And for those wondering, like, how bad, it was bad. Like, I would see the score, on the top, on the ticker, and I'm like, damn, the Seahawks are really doing the Saints that bad? And what's crazier about that game, the beating started quick as hell. It's like what happened with the Ravens and the Browns, where Browns kept it close and then the Ravens just took over. Pretty sure the freaking Seahawks are putting the belt on them from the get go. I mean, damn, son. It's like, what did the Saints ever do to you? Wait, they don't have a playoff history, do they? Beastquake. But wait, yeah, that hurt the Saints. Huh. Yeah, like the game was over at halftime. The game was so beyond over at halftime. If you were a Seahawks fan watching this game, I don't think Primo or any other Seahawks fans that follow me on here are in the chat because it literally says there's nobody in the chat, which is cool. These are just pick streams. I don't need the live chat to be active for these. It actually kind of helps me get through these quicker. But I'm pretty sure they were like, yeah, I'm gonna go do other stuff with the game on in the background. It was 44-6 after the third quarter. Like, damn. And as far as like how did the Saints even do? I mean, what is there to really say? They got their ass beat. Imagine going into the locker room at halftime and you're down 38-6. What do you even say if you're the coach? Hey guys, we're getting our ass beat. Maybe we can at least make it watchable. Go out there and try. Yay. Spencer Rattler, 28 of 39, 218 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Alvin Kamara, 18 carries, 42 yards, averaged 2.3 yards per carry. Excuse me. Ooh wee. Olave, 10 receptions, 57 yards. All right, that's not too bad on 14 targets. So they were force feeding him the ball like crazy. But that's it. Man, that's tough, man. That's tough. Of course, the Seahawks did have a return touchdown from Torrey Horton. So that's cool. That's dope. I saw on that punt return, one of the Seahawks blockers, my God, the dude sent a Saints player to the nether regions, to the nether realm. He blocked him like, damn, depleted damn near. I'm like, damn. I know that got the Seahawks sideline hyped up. That kind of hit, oh, makes you go, oh, when you watch it. God, sends shivers down your spine. Man, the Seahawks, that game was over at halftime. Now against the Cardinals, wow, just random stuttering. I'm sorry, I did not intend to do that. I just talk so fast, sometimes my mouth kind of glitches. Now, Arizona should have beat the Niners, but they kind of raked in the face, at times. A safety at the end. Eddie Pinheiro walked them off with a field goal. That's brutal. So they're looking to get back in the win column. At least this game should be entertaining. Kyler Murray, Sam Darnold going at it. This game should be watchable. That's nice. I don't envision this game being another ass beating by either team. Seattle favored by 1.5. Total 43.5. Oh man, I could go either way here, but I'm gonna go with Seattle. So I'm a punch in Seattle on Thursday Night Football on the road. Normally you'd be like, oh, you should go with the road team, the home team. This is a divisional game, and as you know, regardless of when they play, divisional games are always just wonky in every fashion. The craziest things always happen in these divisional games. They make no sense, but that's what makes them awesome. So give me Seattle on the road on Thursday night to get to 3-1 on the year. Now, as always, I'm going to skip the Browns game until last. So, 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Yeah, waking up bright and early to watch the Steelers and the Vikings in London. Oh, I'm sorry, not London. That's us next week. They're in Dublin, Northern Ireland, or I guess just regular Ireland. I don't know. Who cares? It's an island. Pittsburgh Steelers, Minnesota Vikings. Funny enough, Aaron Rodgers is going against the team that many thought he was going to go to. Some people thought he was going to be a Viking, to complete the to continue the the NFC North journey that he's been on, right? He's played for the Packers, obviously. He played for the Jets. Trying to do he's trying to pull a Brett Favre. Do the Brett Favre career arc. But he went to the Steelers. Minnesota favored by 2.5, total 40.5. For anyone wondering, is JJ going to play? JJ McCarthy? No. No. They've already ruled him out. So it'll be Carson Wentz against Aaron Rodgers. And man, I tell you, that defense for Minnesota is something serious. If I'm the Browns, I might be watching this game a little bit in the background as I'm getting ready for our game. For sure. It's not really, you can't be doing that. But that defense is something serious. They were raising hell against the Bengals. They could make this game very interesting. But I think I'm going to actually go with the Steelers to pull another win out of their butt crack, because that's what they've been doing. I mean, literally, you think I'm trolling with the Steelers stuff? Oh, they don't pull wins out of their ass. Really? Let's see what they've been doing so far this year. Oh, they beat the Jets by 2. They lose to the Seahawks by, actually got stomped. And then they beat the Patriots by touchdowns because the Patriots literally did not know how to take care of the ball. Looks like they pulled some wins out of their ass, if you ask me. And things are going to get tough for the Steelers because they got us coming up after. Well, no, they have a bye week. Then they got us. At home, though. But you know how Joe Flacco is against the Steelers. Joe Flacco and the Steelers always had classic matchups when he was in Baltimore. Always. I mean, you could look on YouTube. There's several banger replays of Joe Flacco with the Ravens against the Steelers in some of these big games in the playoffs. But of course, this is old man Joe Flacco. But Joe Flacco has one of the best defenses in the NFL backing him up. So we'll see what happens. But for this game, I'm going to go with Minnesota losing. Ha! Yeah, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh pulling a win out of their butt crack again. Because that's what they do. Because I want Minnesota to win, but Pittsburgh's going to find a way to win this game. Somehow, a dumb turnover, in the final minutes. Either that or the kicker, was it Reichert or whatever for the Minnesota Vikings? He's going to shank the go-ahead field goal and they go to overtime, and freaking Steelers go down the field and score a touchdown to win. Some stupid BS crap like they always do. That's what they do. So yeah, give me the Steelers to pull a win out of the crack and go to 3-1. Next, we got the Commanders and the Falcons. And oh boy, do I got some things to say about this game. So, like I dug into the Thursday night game, the hell happened to Atlanta? 34-0. Carolina. Are you serious, Atlanta? Huh? Are you for real? I mean, come on. 34-0 to Atlanta. Really? You get blanked by Bryce Young. Are you serious? And this is coming after a week after you shut down Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota scored a touchdown, did they? So then you're like, hey, let's do what they did, except let's not score any points at all. Feeble ass team. I mean, Bryce Young, what did he even do? 16 of 24, 121 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. And they still scored 30 points. Bryce Young did have a rushing touchdown, one of 2 carries for him. Rico Dowdle, 10 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Okay, Chuba Hubbard, 17 carries, 73 yards. All right. And then they also had a fumble Ruski return to the house. Damani Richardson. So they just be scoring in the most honest ways. Quarterback rushing it in, is scoop and score. Oh yeah, Charles Smith Wade had a freaking touchdown as well. Okay. It was a pick six. Damn. Pick six and a scoop and score? Be hitting all the freaking spots on the bingo card against y'all. All they needed was a freaking punt or kick return, and boom, all 3 levels would have scored a touchdown, your bum asses. Man, come. Atlanta. This is how you guys are going to be, huh? Really? Y'all look so good against Minnesota. You do that against the freaking Panthers. You an egg. A giant ass egg, and it stinks. It's rotten. Oh, brother. And now you get to face the Commanders, who dropped a solid 40 burger on the Raiders, right? Marcus Mariota. It's 2025, and we got Marcus Mariota and freaking Carson Wentz led teams dropping 40 points on people. What's going on here? Jin, in the locker room, right? In the locker rooms of Cincinnati and the Ray and Vegas, right? Those dudes got to sit back in their lockers and think, damn, we gave up 40 plus points to 2 teams led by Carson Wentz and Marcus freaking Mariota. They didn't do all the damage. Mariota, 15 of 21, 207 yards and a touchdown. Good job. But Mariota also had a rushing touchdown. Vintage Mariota. Luke McCaffrey had a receiving touchdown. Yeah. He had 5 sacks, too. Damn. 2 from Bobby Wagner. Dorrance Armstrong had a sack. Von Miller had a sack. Javante Jean Baptiste had a sack. Buckeye, of course. Yeah. And now they're facing off here. Commanders, Falcons. I'm going to go Commanders. Yeah, I'm going to go Commies to win this game. I am never trusting the Falcons ever again. Give me Washington. And I guess you can say they're going to raise hail and they're going to wreak havoc again. Yeah. See if Terry plays though. But I still think Washington will do enough to win this game. I can't trust the damn Falcons. If the Falcons come out here and do what they did to the freaking Vikings, to their Commanders, I'm gonna look at them going, "Yo, what the hell is up with what is this? Like, make up your damn minds. Are you good or are you ass? Make it up. Come on. What are you doing here? Seriously." By the way, in case I didn't mention, from the previous game, Minnesota favored by 2.5, over under 40 points. Again, I'm going Steelers, obviously, and I'm going to say over. For the Thursday night game, of course, I went Seattle, and I'm going to actually say over as well. For this game, I'm going to go Washington, and I'm going to say slightly under. I think it'll be just around 40 points. Okay. Next. Huh. Gee, do I even really have to go over this game? Bills and Saints in Buffalo. It's easy. Lock me in for the Saints. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Give me the Bills. No, I was going to pick the Saints. No. Honestly, the only way the Saints win this game is if the Bills either miss their, or if they miss their wake up time, or if like their bus gets stuck in a traffic jam, or if they end up at the new stadium instead of the old one. Which, funny enough, the stadiums are right next door to each other, so it wouldn't even matter. Bills are favored by 16 and a half. Total 47 and a half. If you're the Saints, if you're the Saints team, I mean, I would be sick to my stomach watching that tape against the Seahawks. And now you know that you got to face the the Buffalo War Machine in the Bills, and they're out here scoring points like crazy. Honestly, I think the Bills name the score here, and I think they're going to win by a lot. It wouldn't surprise me if the Saints actually covered, but I'm going to go Buffalo to win this game with relative ease. It'll be a nice, smooth game for Buffalo, and I think they're going to take every advantage to get some guys some rest at some point. You know, essentially, I'm saying this would be like the Seattle game last week. Yeah. So give me Buffalo in the easiest pick of the week by far. And I'm going to go over the 47 and a half. Next, we have the 1 and 2 Panthers and the 1 and 2 Patriots. Panthers, of course, they shut out the Falcons. And the Patriots lost to the Steelers because they couldn't figure out how to hold the ball correctly. I'm going to simply go with the Patriots to bounce back here. Panthers are decent, but I don't know if they can hold up with the Patriots at this point. I think the Panthers are going to have a letdown. Give me New England, and I do think the Panthers cover. I think it'll be within a field goal. But give me New England, 5.5, and a total 43 and a half. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little over. Yeah, but give me New England overall. Panthers could cover, but I'm gonna go New England. All right, so this actually could be a low-key banger game, though. All right, next we got, I got another one. 3-0 Chargers, 0-3 Giants. Big news here, though. The Giants are switching to the rookie Jackson Dart. He's going to make his first start of his NFL career against the Chargers. Against was it Jesse Minter defense? It's going to be tough. I'm going to go Chargers to win this game. Simple as that. Chargers are damn good this year. They're like a very serious team, and I like the Chargers a lot. And yeah, I'm going to go Chargers to win convincingly. They're favored by 6.5, total 44.5. Give me the Chargers all day long here. I don't know when the Giants are going to win their first game. Maybe they can beat the Saints coming up in a few weeks, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go Chargers to win. They're going to make life very difficult for Jackson Dart. Give me the Chargers. And now go Chargers, go. All right, next we got the Eagles and the Bucks in my low-key banger of the week here. 3-0 Eagles won by a blocked field goal. The Bucks had a field goal blocked and returned to the house, but the Jets were too dumb and they left too much time on the clock. And the Bucks went down the field on them and won the game on a field goal anyway. Bucks are injured. Mike Evans is out, most likely for a few weeks. And yeah, I mean, Godwin, I think, should be back soon, but they got my guy Ibuka. That's my dog. But I think the Eagles are going to squeak this out on the road. Philly's favored by 3.5, total 43.5. Eagles will find a way to win this game. For real. They will find a way. Come hell or high water, they will win this game somehow. Defensively, most likely, I could see the defense shutting down Baker Mayfield late in the game to win it. But I think Tampa does put up a one hell of a fight though. And I'm going to go over on this game. By the way, also I'm going to go over on the Chargers total 44.5. And like I said, for the Patriots, I believe I went slightly under on that one or over. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go, Eagles over the Bucks and a nail biter coming down to the last few minutes, I bet. Next, we have the lol cow game of the week here, the toilet bowl. Titans and Texans fighting for the basement. Got a basement brawl here, guys. 0-3 Titans, 0-3 Texans. Basement in the AFC South on the line here. It's crazy, right? You got the 3-0 Colts, the 2-1 Jags. They're up top. And then in the basement, you got the Titans and the Texans, who, as you know, are legit brothers. They're related. They're the same team, kinda. The Texans used to be the Titans used to be the Texans long ago. The Oilers. They share the same blood. So of course they have the same damn record. But I'm gonna go Houston to finally get in the win column. CJ Stroud, it's about time you get serious, my dude. I mean, come on. If you can't beat the Titans, who can you beat? God. But yeah, give me the Texans. They're favored by 7.5 at home. Total 38.5. That's kind of low. I'm going to go slightly over into the 40s, I think. But I'm going to go Houston to get their first win of the season. And they're going to go to 1-3 on the year. And they're going to get out of the basement for at least this week. So give me the Houston Texans. And then to wrap up the 1 o'clock slate, Browns and Lions in Detroit. Lions are coming off an impressive win over the Ravens last night, or 2 nights ago now, if you're watching on Wednesday. The Browns, of course, are coming off a massive win at home over the heavily favored Packers. And shout out to Josh and Sean and Rocha of the Sports Fury. Shout out to Josh especially because he picked the Packers. I know that made him sick to his stomach. His relatives are probably like, they're like, what happened? Josh just picked the Packers. I'm going to punch him in the face. No, actually, his dad, right? Shout out to Josh's dad, is probably thinking, sitting in his chair when Josh made the pick, like, he's like, what happened? I don't know. I just got this weird pain in my chest. It's almost as if my son picked the Cheeseheads to win a game. And he felt good about it. Dad, I'm going to smack him in the face if I see him again. Ah, man. I told Josh and I told everyone on the Sports Fury, I was like, be warned if you pick against this Browns team. Yeah, our offense is booty cheeks, but we have a top defense in the NFL. I even said, I'm like, our team doesn't make any sense. We would definitely win that game. And look what happened. Look what freaking happened. Now, of course, if you're Josh, you're thinking, yeah, I lost the Survivor, but the Packers lost the game. I can't lose. Well, he can, but it's like, I don't care. But But yeah, the Lions are favored by 8.5. Total 44.5. If you watched my video earlier this evening, I did say the Browns were going to win. I think the Browns cover the 8.5. But for the purpose of this pick, because it's in Detroit, although they are coming off that massive win and they are due for a letdown, I'm going to pick the Browns. What are you talking about? Give me the Browns to win this game. And they're going to escape out of the Motor City with a big ass W. And they're going to go to London next week at 2-2, facing Carson Wentz. I think we're going to ride that momentum. And I think our offense is going to start clicking. Now moving to the 4 o'clock slate, starting with the 4:05 game. 3-0 Colts, 2-1 Rams in LA. Indiana Jones facing off against Matthew Stafford. Should be a good game, I think. But kind of riding with the Colts here. I like what Indy's doing. Playing really good ball. Daniel Jones is making Giants fans think, what the hell happened? Damn. I'm gonna go Colts to squeak it out. I think the Colts yeah, by the way, for the Browns game, I will say I'm going to go under the 44.5. Yeah. But for the Colts Rams, I'm going to say over 49.5. And I'm going to say Colts squeak out the win by a touchdown or so. There we go. Punched it in. It's official. Next, we have the 2-1 Jags and the 3-0 Niners. Mac Jones, former Jaguar backup, I believe, unless it could be Brock Purdy, versus Trevor Lawrence. And yeah, the Jags are playing good ball. They're 2-1, surprisingly enough. And the Niners, of course, lost Nick Bosa for the year. That's tough. They're injured to all hell and back. But I think they're going to find a way to win this game. Yeah. Jags are traveling cross country. I think the Niners do enough to win this game again. And the Jags will fall to 2-2. So give me the 49ers. And as far as over-under is concerned, I'm going to say over 47.5. Next, we have the battle of 1 and 2s, 425, 1 and 2 Ravens, 1 and 2 Chiefs. Something's got to give here. Ravens lost to the Lions 2 nights ago now on Monday night. Chiefs beat the Giants, which isn't saying much. That's like beating the disabled kid or the dwarf, right? That's not saying much. Okay, cool. Awesome. What you gonna do about against the Ravens though? And it's in Arrowhead. I think the Chiefs are gonna pull. Oh, no, the Steelers. They're gonna pull the Steelers and they're gonna pull a win out of their ass, which will make me even more happier, especially if we win. But I'm gonna go KC over the Ravens, and I think it'll be a high-scoring affair, kind of like 2 nights ago, Monday night. I think this score could get into the 30, mid 30s each. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to go way over on the total, 48.5. I'm going to go way over. It could get into the 60s, honestly. But yeah, give me the Chiefs at home. Next, we have the Bears and the Raiders in Vegas. The Bears coming off a beating of the Cowboys. And I know it was awesome to watch if you're an NFC East fan, if you hate the Cowboys, right? And, I mean, who didn't love watching Dak Prescott get embarrassed, right? Bear. Embarrassed. Raiders are not that great, so I'm going to go with the Bears to go to 2-2. They're favored by 1.5, total 48.5, much like the Chiefs game. This one I think could be a slightly under, but I'm going to go the Bears to go to 2-2 on the year. Shout out again to Josh and all the Bears fans that might be watching. And then we got the matchup that we've all been waiting for since the trade happened. Micah Parsons and the Packers travel to Jerry World to face the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. The eyes of everybody will be on this game. And the best part is, by the time this game starts, the Browns game will be over, obviously. And even the Guardians game will be over. So, yeah, that could be a fun day for me, hopefully. Green Bay favored by 6.5. Total 47.5. Packers up 10-0 early on, for like 3 3/4 of the game against the Browns. Looked like they had it under control. Offense for the Browns really couldn't do much, but our defense was keeping us in the game. Eventually, we forced a turnover. I know, didn't feel like those were legal for us, but they are. Grant Delpit walked in front of a ball, picked it off, got us into the red zone immediately inside the 5. Judkins punches it in. So they go. We're tied up. 10 apiece. Packers get the ball with time remaining. They go down the field looking like they're going to take the lead. And then we block the field goal. Browns take it the other way, get in the field goal range. They had possibly the quickest spike I've ever seen. It looked like I didn't think we were going to get the ball spiked in time. But man, I tell you, those guys hustled their asses down there. And Njoku makes the catch, gets a few yards, first down, whatever. Gets the position, hands the ball off to Posick, spots it, snaps it. They spike it with a few seconds remaining. Andre Smith comes out, 55-yard, boom, right between the uprights. Browns win. We're 1-2. Packers are 2-1. Cowboys, like I said, they got their teeth kicked down their throat by the Bears. And now you get to face off against them pissed off Micah Parsons, who essentially got shut down by Cornelius Lucas and KT. He was mainly on the left side. So was this dude shut down by Cornelius freaking Lucas? And it's funny because I saw a clip of Quinshon Judkins kind of chipping Parsons when he was going out for a pass. Parsons looked at him like, I remember that. I'm like, boy, try freaking tackling Quinshon Judkins, fool. That dude gonna put your damn head in the freaking ground. He gonna stiff arm your ass. Try him. Oh, he's a rookie. It don't matter. We're gonna stiff arm your ass to the freaking dirt, to the dirt, if you don't watch yourself. Be real. I'll be shocked if Micah doesn't get at least 2 sacks in this game. I'll be shocked. Now, if you're the Cowboys, you're looking at the Packers O-line. Now, I mean, if you're the Cowboys, you're watching the tape of what we did. You don't have Myles Garrett. You don't have a Malik Collins. I think you used to, but you don't have him anymore. You don't have a Mason Graham. You don't have an Alex Wright. You don't have pass rushers like we do. But if that O-line for the Packers is like it was against us, they should have a field day. Their O-line is beat up to hell and back. They had a guy playing with an oblique injury. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. He gave it a go. I'll give him that. That's ballsy, man. I remember I was bowling one time when I was younger. I freaking hurt my side. I could barely move. Give him credit for powering through that oblique injury. That's tough. But he just couldn't last. I mean, we took advantage. I mean, it was so bad. I saw a clip. The left tackle got beat by Myles Garrett, and this dude was reduced to yelling, Jordan, Jordan, run! Like, man, you got beat like a Cherokee drum and you're out here saying, Jordan, run! He's coming after you. Like in those movies. Freaking hilarious. I think the Packers are going to bounce back real impressively here. Cowboys ain't. They suck. And I don't think they're going to have CD either. Right? I don't think so. They ain't got nobody on offense that scares the Packers. Nah. As long as the Packer offense shows up, they should be able to win this game. But Packers, players, and fans, they will be happy to know that there is no Myles Garrett in Dallas, so they don't have to worry about that. And you got Micah Parsons on your team. I think he'll get a big play on his own. He might even get like a strip sack or something. Yeah, he's going to make a big play. And I could just see him making a play, looking up at the freaking owner's box, looking up at Jerry Jones and just saying, "Hi, Jerry. Remember me? Yeah, I was on your team a few weeks ago, but you didn't want to sign me. You traded me. Now I'm going to beat this dude's ass." No, honestly, I know it would lead to a taunting call, but if the Packers are whooping up on the Cowboys and it just doesn't even matter anymore, I would laugh so damn hard if Micah sacks Dak. And then as Dak is laying there, like, Micah just goes over to him and goes, "Remember when I was on your team? This hurts me more than it hurts you." Right? Tough. Well, good luck, buddy. So yeah, Packers are favored by 6.5, total 47.5. Give me the Cheeseheads to rebound in a nice way. They're going to beat the Cowboys on the road, and they are going to go to 3-1 on the year. That's my Sunday night football pick. The Packers. Now for Monday night, we have a doubleheader. First one at 7:15, Jets and Dolphins, battle of 0-3 teams. Basement battle, a basement brawl in the AFC East. And I'm going to go with the Dolphins to somehow, some way, pull a win out of the nether regions. And they're going to beat the Jets because the Jets freaking suck. So, yeah, give me Miami at home by 2.5. And I'm going to go over on the total. So give me Miami. Yep. Okay. And then to wrap it all up, 8:15, Bungles and Broncos in Denver. Jake Browning versus Bo Nix. Denver favored by 7.5. 44.5 over under. By the way, for the Dolphins game, yeah, I'm going over on that. Denver, yeah, give me the Broncos at home, and I'm gonna go over. So give me the Donkeys over the Bungles. All right, so those are my picks. Just a quick recap. Seattle on Thursday, and then Sunday games, Pittsburgh, Washington, Buffalo, New England, Chargers, Philly, Houston, Cleveland, Indy, San Fran, Kansas City, the Bears. And then on Sunday night, I'm going with the Packers. And then Monday night, I'm going Miami and Denver. So those are my picks. And I'm sticking to them. Now, before I head out, what's up, Jacob? I know this is an NFL stream, but can I get a Go Guardians F Detroit? Hey, Go Guardians, damn it. And F Detroit. Yeah. Yeah. Try hards. By the way, the Seattle Mariners are headed to the postseason. So that's cool. Yep. Cool for them. Good for them, man. I'm happy for them. Ooh. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna head out and enjoy the rest of your night or day, or depending on where you're living. But with that being said, guys, I'm Crazy Dog, and this has been my week 4 picks for the Stephen Rose and Max Sports tournaments. 2 different tournaments, not the same one. Don't get it confused. And shout out to everybody who's watching on replay. Shout out to Stephen Rose and Yins and Max Sports putting on these tournaments. I enjoyed doing this. I will be live technically tonight again. Guardians and Tigers, as the Guardians look to continue the torture of the Tigers, as it'll be Jack Flaherty, I believe, against Tanner Bybee. It should be fun. Hope to see you guys there. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Browns. And I'm out. Bye bye. Yeah.